All right, moving on. As you can see, these problems get trickier and trickier the further we go. So this time, we're going to be dealing with, instead of a numerical integration limit, we're going to be dealing with constants. 0 to b, t, radical, t squared plus b squared, dt. Let's go ahead and set our u equal to t squared plus a b squared. Let's go ahead and set our du equal to 2t. Remember, b squared is a constant, so that's going to go away. Or yeah, 2t dt. So here you're looking at a 1/2 du is equal to t dt. Remember, we got to account for this t dt here. So here, let's go and set our limits in terms of u. So when t is equal to 0, u is equal to what? B squared. And when t is equal to b, u is equal to, when t is equal to b, that's b squared plus a b squared, right? And b squared plus b squared is equal to 2b squared. So as you can see, you have to, when these problems, you have to, they want you to know a lot of algebra. And you do learn a lot of algebra when you do calculus. A lot of times you learn more algebra doing calculus, especially calculus 1, than doing algebra itself. All right, so we know our limits is 2b squared going to b squared. So when t equals 0, u equals b squared. And when t equals b, u equals 2b squared. So our limits are changed. And t dt is equal to 1/2 d. So t squared plus b squared is equal to u. And t dt is equal to 1/2 du, right? So let's go ahead and isolate. 1/2 u is equal to du, well, times du, I'm sorry. And we'll bring this 1/2 outside the integral symbol, so 1/2 b squared 2b squared times radical u du. Let's go ahead and break down. Let's go ahead and break down our radical symbol to u to the 1/2 du. And now we're ready to integrate. So 1/2 b squared 2b squared, and 1/2 plus 1 is 3 seconds. So when you integrate, you're looking at a 2/3 u to the 3 seconds, right? So in this case, now we go ahead and we're ready to let's see. We're ready to go and we can plug in our limits. b squared, 2b squared. You're looking at 2/3. Well, let's go ahead and plug in our limits down here. I need more room. So we're looking at a 1/2 b squared, 2b squared, 2/3, 2b squared to the 3/2 minus 2/3 b squared to the 3/2. Now let's go ahead and let's go ahead and distribute this 2/3. So 2/3 times 2 is what, 4/3? So we're looking at 4/3 b squared to the 3/2 minus a 2/3 b squared to the 3/2. And remember, this is all, you got to distribute as 1/2. So 1/2 times 4/3 is what, 2/3? So we're looking at 2/3 b squared to the 3/2 minus, and then 1/2 times 2/3 is equal to 1/3. So 1/3 b squared, see, to the 3/2. And you can leave it like this, but you can also, you can further simplify by multiplying your exponents. So you're looking at here, 2 times 3/2 is 3. So you're looking at 2/3 b to the 3rd, and 2 times 3/2, like we say, is 3. So in this case, this will be your final answer.